Whoops. So I'm gonna keep this quick because these people, and this seems like the type of area where they would call the cops on me instead of confronting me. Fuck. This spot is sick. So anyway, some of you guys are probably wondering what is done to this thing. That's not a radiator, that's an intercooler. So I mean, at the very most, it's got like a second alternator that looks kind of funny. This car makes around 600 wheel. It's running a Comp 6467 turbo, I believe. It's oil cooled, so there's no oil lines running through it. You just throw in grease. On the website, it says that it's supposed to run like grease every 3,000 miles, and this turbo took a shit in 1,200. Talking to Comp Turbo, and they said because of the location and how hot it gets, I need to grease this every 1,500. So I'm gonna grease this every 1,200 or 1,000. You know, 3 times per oil change. Now this build is super clean. Ignore this. The kit I got, which I'm not going to name them, had a lot of fitment issues, so I had to get some things fixed up. It looks ugly, but it works. That's all that matters. But I mean, for the most part, you could tell someone this thing is just some intakes and a tune on the 85, and you wouldn't know until it starts spooling up. I got the Switchback Racing green one only because the power steering reservoir was smacking on this, and I was trying to make this fit without having to get this refabricated up. So I ended up spending the money on this, which it would have been cheaper just to refabricate it, which I had to in the first place. Whatever, you know, it's just money. We'll make that back. Car is running 1300cc injector dynamic injectors. Stock fuel rails, wish I would have got that. This car, I believe, should have made 630, and I believe the stock fuel injectors is what's holding that back. I'm running a CJM S1E fuel return, so obviously the one without the fuel rails, all the little stuff that comes with it. You know, you got the 3-port boost solenoid, fuel regulator, yada yada yada. I gotta say though, this thing is probably one of the most unassuming 600 horsepower cars you'd see. I mean, unless you know tires, even though our AAA's, you know, some guy could think I'm just a track guy. The only real giveaway would be that intercooler, and you're really not going to see that unless you're pretty much laying on the ground. Yeah, I mean, sure, you know, got a few stickers here and there, but I mean, who's really going to pay attention to that? And for those of you who are curious, the turbo is a mid-mount, so it's not twins, it's a single. And the turbo sits by the transmission right there. There's my weird looking alternator that makes swooshy noises. But yeah, I mean, for the build's real simple. There's really not much to making these have power, except for just a lot of money. You know, if you really want to go fast, and that's your main goal, go buy something with a V8. But I did this just because it's unique, and you really don't see many VQs that are boosted. Now you're starting to see some more. They're starting to get popular. But you still really don't see them. You know, most people would think this is just another stock looking Z, because I mean, it looks stock. As far as gauges that I'm running, I got the Ecotech app, and that runs most of the gauges I want. But I got a custom bracket that will hold some AEM gauges. And right here I got AFR, boost, and oil pressure. That's the only gauge I don't have that's on the Ecotech app. Plus, it'd just be nice to have these gauges, and it'd look kind of cool. In the middle of creating a custom bracket that would mount to the seat for the fire extinguisher. It's 3 pieces right now, but I'm just using this to mock it up. I'm gonna have one one single piece, so it shouldn't be an issue, and then I'll run the floor mat over it. Should look good. But as far as that is, yeah, I mean, it's a nice, healthy, stock motor. 600 wheel horsepower Z. The brakes are stock, wheels are stock. The only thing is just the tires. It's got a Clutch Masters FX 400, $6, and that holds the power just fine. Obviously the car is not done. I'm debating on building the motor or not. It depends on what car I want to get next. I got a few cars in mind. You know, either I'm gonna build a motor and buy a cheaper cool car, or keep this stock and buy a really cool fucking car. But there is a few things I want to change. I would like to get the charge pipes in titanium, and same with, I believe they call this the up pipe, but that would be cool in titanium. I really don't like the way the front plate on the motor looks. It'd be cool to get this like vapor honed, or even a wrinkle black or something, just to change it up, make it look nice, get the heads done, you know, something that looks OEM plus. I think I'm gonna keep the stock wheels. If I do build a motor, obviously I'm gonna have to get some drag radials in the back. The R888s do spin a little when they're cold, but they hold up just fine as is. Regular stuff like the carbon hood, carbon fenders. Some asshole fucking, yeah, a little boo-boo on my car. So that's getting fixed. Get some headlights. Yeah, I mean, it's probably gonna be a short little video, just because, I mean, there's not much I can really say. There's not much done. It's just a normal turbo VQ car. This thing is fucking sick.